You're doing the exact thing that kept Odysseus from making it home for 20 years. Now, like everybody in the world, I just watched Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey. I'm actually going to go see it again on 70mm IMAX. If Christopher Nolan has no fans, I'm literally dead, okay? We pause this video for a brief message to let you know that there will be spoilers. So if you have not watched The Odyssey and you don't want it to be spoiled, or at least some bits of it to be spoiled, I suggest you subscribe to this channel, save the video, and come back when you're done and comment what your take on it was. But yeah, you've been warned. Thank you. Bye-bye. The real story of The Odyssey, through my interpretation of Christopher Nolan's film, is this isn't a guy, making it home on a journey. This is a man who is told exactly what is going to happen to him and his men, who has explained his fate in clear detail in plain English, and over again, led by guilt, shame, pride, ego, he chooses to deny this fate. He chooses to go against it. He chooses to challenge it. And in doing so, he turns what should have been a 1 to 2 week journey back home into 20 years. Let's talk about it. Now, his 20-year journey kicks off when him and his men encounter a Cyclops on one of the islands that they wash up on. They end up in his cave and also realize that the Cyclops likes to lock his doors before he goes to bed. Now, what he's locking, I don't freaking know, because is he not the biggest man on the island already? Now, they realize that they're going to lose a certain amount of men every night because the Cyclops enjoys their bones, and so they have to strategize a way to get out. And they do. They are successful in that. They blind the Cyclops, they sneak out the next morning, and when they are in the clear, Odysseus decides, since they can't bury their man and he no longer fucks with the Cyclops, to shoot an arrow at the Cyclops' eye. Mind you, they're only about 50 feet from the Cyclops. 50 feet of human feet is one step from this Cyclops, okay? The men just barely make it to their ship and are cursed when Odysseus finds out that the guys heard the Cyclops praying to his dad. His dad? Poseidon. Poseidon? God of the ocean, okay? The man who controls the seas, the wind, the water, the thing that they need to travel on in order to get back home. So they knew they were cooked. Now in scenario number 2, Hades is the underworld. This is where all the dead go. This is where they can speak to the dead. Basically, he's got to go to hell to figure out how the hell he's going to get home. And it is there that he meets Tiresias, who's like a blind prophet, can see the future, knows the exact path and destiny for this man, Odysseus. Tiresias tells Odysseus, there's a path in which you guys get home, but it's only you that makes it home. Every one of your shipmates is gonna die. Now, as if there is even something to bargain, Odysseus is in a bargain with Tiresias. Literally, they go back and forth and the man's telling him, bro, there's no way. It's either you all die or you make it back home. That's it. It's now that he's fully aware of his journey home, but of course, in true Odysseus fashion, he tries to control every single bit. Oh, we're gonna pass by sirens? Okay, I'm gonna make the boys wax their ears. Oh, we're gonna meet a whirlpool? Okay, we'll turn right and lose a couple men. Despite his best efforts to control the situation, despite his best efforts to make sure that he could control the outcome that was prophesized differently, he could not. He spends the next 8 years with the nymph Calypso, where he is basically cared for, nurtured, bathes in the sun, eats fresh fish, and also suppresses all of his memory through the use of a lotus flower. Those are some good drugs, huh? The man forgets his wife, the man forgets his family, the man forgets how his men died. He just knows that he's looking for them and is wondering where everybody is. He's wondering if he has children. He's wondering what his life was at all before he arrived on this beach. His need for constant control put him into the arms of somebody who now had the control, and Calypso took advantage of that control. For 8 long years, she enjoyed a blissful life, and eventually, when it got that he started to ask too many questions, she realized that her version of paradise, in which she would be with this man forever who just washed up on shore, was no longer going to happen. Washed over with all of the memories of his men, how everyone died, his wife, his son who's likely 20 plus years old and does not know his father. All of these things rush into him at once and he wants to get home. Finally, the man's like, okay, cool. I'm done trying to control everything. Tell me how I get home. And Calypso said, bro, just lay on the raft. Just lay on the raft and trust that Poseidon's going to take you home. Face everything that you need to face and let the waters take you where you need to go. Control for Odysseus wasn't about protecting the future. It was about managing something from the past that he wasn't ready to deal with. Now, whatever your trigger for your need for control, whether it be guilt, whether it be fear, whether it be insecurity, that need for control is an excuse. I love to get stuck in the planning phase. I love to make something take 20 years as opposed to the 2 weeks that it was supposed to take, because then you have something else to blame it on. The fact is, when the reason for your planning, when the reason for your need for control is stemming from something negative, like anxiety, like your depression, like your fear of being seen, like your guilt, because, you got a better life than your friend and blah, 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 you're never going to make it to your destination. You are going to live a life of constant repeating cycles. And that's what Odysseus did. Every time they ended up on a new island, you know what was the same? It was some bullshit. Ah shit, here we go again. That's what Odysseus said every time they landed on an island, and it was some bullshit again, because that's what happens when you don't face what you're supposed to face, when you avoid and you try to control circumstances as a way to ease your anxiety, as a way to self-soothe something that needs to be dealt with, as a way to suppress, you get stuck. And the universe, if we learn one thing from this movie, is that you are going to repeat the cycle over and over again until you learn what you need to learn, until you take the information, and until you face what it is that you need to face to make it home. Home being your authentic self, your true self. The dusty, crusty raft that Odysseus laid his back on was the raft that got him home. After 20 years, a big old ship, multiple men, supplies, food, resources. Surrender didn't happen for Odysseus when he had all the tools to avoid it. It happened once every tool was gone. All he had was a couple pieces of plywood to try to rope together and lay on his back and hope and surrender to the will of the gods, to the will of the water, and trust that he's gonna make it home. And would you guess what shore he washed up on? Ithaca. His homeland, the place where his wife is at, the place where his kid is at, the place he has not touched or smelled or seen in 20 plus years. Now, quick journal prompt question for you. Where in your life are you knowing the outcome and still trying to outplan it? Are you playing Ring Around the Rosie in a relationship with someone who has shown you time and time again that they are not equipped to meet your needs? Are you staying at the job that constantly undervalues you, that constantly passes you up for promotion? Are you on your 5th round of drafting video ideas to shoot and post, but never letting them get out of your drafts? My follow-up to that is, in doing all of this, what are you actually managing? Is it something from your past that you haven't faced yet? Or is it a future that you're too afraid to go after? Surrender is the way, so surrender. And comment below where in your life you need to surrender. Now, if you made it to this part of the video, don't forget to sign up for my free Best Fucking Year newsletter. You'll get weekly emails providing tools and guides and just advice to make this your best fucking year through intentional action. Hope you guys like this. Comment if you like this different style and take, and don't forget to share, like, subscribe, repost, send to a friend. It really helps my channel out, and I will see you next week. Love you.